Hi everyone! 2 nights ago I was on Reddit. I was on the Glossier subreddit and I had seen that former Glossier retail employees wrote an open letter to Glossier calling for accountability of the brand and for necessary change. As a Glossier rep, someone who is supposed to represent Glossier, I am really disgusted and heartbroken over the actions that go on behind the scenes. I have visited the flagship store in New York several times. I've been to the pop-up in Miami. I also went to the pop-up in London. Every single time I walk in to these showrooms, and it's a magical experience for me. You almost feel envious of the editors that get to work there, and you're almost like daydreaming as you're shopping about, wow, what must it be like to work for Glossier? It must be so empowering and inspiring to be around like-minded people. How the brand really cares about the consumer and the employees, and their marketing is really meant to make people feel empowered and inspired to truly be themselves. And it makes me sick over the fact that Glossier sells their brand based on that exact image of empowerment when it's all a lie. It's just really sad that these retail employees experience the same work environment that any other shitty retail job experiences. However, Glossier profits off the fact that people really believe that they're different. They're different from that true retail experience that we all know and we all know is shitty, but they're no different from any of it. What really makes me sad about this case is Out of the Gloss, which is sort of what this group of retail employees is calling themselves. It's kind of a play on words of the Glossier blog Into the Gloss. It really makes me sad that this hasn't gotten the traction that it deserves compared to other brands that have been called out. I believe because people feel so deeply connected and emotionally connected to Glossier because Glossier has been able to create that brand. But why should we sit here and defend a brand and be silent on a situation when there are people from the company begging for people to listen because they have experienced racism and sexism and inadequate working conditions, and their voices have been silenced? We shouldn't treat Glossier any differently than how we hold other brands accountable just because we feel differently about them. Over the years, me included, we've built such an emotional connection towards Glossier and the brand overall because of their marketing, because they've made us believe that they're different, that they're on the same level as us, we're all on the same team. But that should not hinder us. Our emotional connections towards the brand should not hinder us from taking action and doing what's right. Personally, I'm usually very against cancel culture. I do think that sometimes it is necessary to cancel a brand or cancel an influencer. In this particular case, demanding change and accountability does not have to equal canceling. We don't have to sit here and cancel Glossier, but it's important that we hold them accountable. The letter written by former Glossier employees has action plans included within the letter. We have to hold Glossier accountable to actually see change and be able to earn our respect back for the brand. The first night I read this letter, I truly believed in my heart that Glossier would do the right thing. They've always done the right thing through and through. They've always made us believe that they are on our side. Emily Weiss, the CEO and founder of Glossier, did respond to the letter. However, her response had a lot of empty words and empty promises and a lot of deflecting. And the fact that she decided to respond internally within the corporate blog rather than going as public as Out of the Gloss did shows me that Emily really only cares about Glossier's reputation, and she cares about Glossier's reputation over the valid feelings and experiences that her former employees had. Look, I love Glossier. It is a brand that makes me feel inspired and beautiful and empowered and makes me feel good every time I use it. And I really would feel so proud to be involved in a brand that actually listens to this letter and reads it and responds effectively to these actions, but let's see it. We have to be able to hold Glossier accountable to see change within this company. How am I supposed to sell a brand and have consumers that watch me buy into a brand brand based solely on the image that Glossier is different and Glossier is just like me, when it's really not, and the proof is right in front of us. The proof is in this letter written by true experiences of Glossier retail employees. In the letter, it stated that Glossier had 400 employees prior to the layoffs. To compare, Sephora has 20,000 employees. Glossier's team is so small. There is no excuse for this behavior happening internally when they truly have the ability to curate the most perfect team. If you haven't already, I really encourage you to go ahead and read the letter written by Glossier retail employees and also follow their Instagram page to show your support at Out of the Gloss. This is a scary video for me to make and post. Glossier is my highest source of income and I'm moving out in a couple months. But I have to hold justice for these retail employees at a much higher value than I do my ability to support myself right now. Until the Glossier retail employees feel like they've gotten the justice that they deserve and feel like Glossier is taking the action necessary, I will not be buying from or promoting Glossier on any of my social medias. I love Glossier. They've given me a lot of amazing opportunities. I love their products. I also love the online community that's been created because of Glossier, but we have to be able to hold this brand accountable just like any other brand. So yeah, that is it from me today. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely make sure that you check out that letter. I will have it linked down below. I will also have Emily Weiss's response linked down below, and I will also have the Out of the Gloss Instagram and Twitter page linked down below. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and let me know what you think.